Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and we are coming to you from the back porch. It is so beautiful out here today, and I have two wonderful gentlemen with me. We have WJHG and WECP TV. Jeff George, you're an account executive for WECP, is that correct?
Correct.
And David Wesley, you are the account executive for WJHG.
Exactly.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. As I say, we're better known by our nickname, News Channel 7.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, so tell me, I think I asked you this before, but it was on when you were here last year. What's the number one thing that businesses are scared about for advertising on television? Is it the cost, or?
I think it's the cost, and it's also the fact that they don't know if they're ready to take that step. I had met with a business here in Destin, and they told me, when they finally started doing their television advertising, they felt like they had arrived at a business. But that's a misconception. The thing about it is, cost in television is relative, because it's kind of like it's the only form of really advertising that I know you can negotiate. One of the things that we do is we come in and sit down with the advertiser and we talk about their business, where they see their business in a year, 2 years, 5 years, and try to develop a strategy so we can help grow it from the ground up.
So you can get them there.
Yeah, because if they spend a bunch of money advertising with us and then a year later they're out of business, it does us no good, because we try to develop partnerships with them and develop it from there. So
you're in it for the longer term.
Longer term, and help their business grow. Every business that I meet with, I say it's a partnership. I'm equally invested in your business like you are.
Sure.
And so if you ask me, I try to be a marketing consultant for them, and if they ask me questions and they say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, well, I always suggest that you do more than one thing, because the more they diversify and get their name out there, the better off they are.
You mean different types of advertising?
Different types of advertising, marketing. There's a bunch of free marketing that people can do that they don't even know about.
Wow, okay.
Like going to a pizza place and saying, hey, we'll print your coupons if you'll let us put our flyer on your boxes.
There you go.
They cut down the pizza company's expensive by printing their coupons.
Sure.
So they get a win-win situation out of the deal.
All types of nice little tricks.
Yeah.
We have many opportunities too. We have like turnkey promotional opportunities that involve everything from commercials to web to interviews, that kind of thing, long form opportunities. So there really are a variety of options, and that creates why we say it is affordable. People will be stunned at what they can find that we can help them with. And to Jeff's point, that's what we do.
I bet you could find something to fit every single budget, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And as far as budgeting, I brought something. The U.S. Small Business Administration recommends spending 7 to 8% of your gross revenue for marketing and advertising if you're doing less than $5 million a year in sales, and your net profit margin after all the expenses is in the 10 to 12% range. So that's extremely important that people understand that it should definitely be a part of their marketing plan.
Sure.
And definitely it should be a good enough portion of their budget to accomplish what they need to accomplish.
And one of the things that they don't realize is that advertising and marketing is not for now, it's for down the road. There's very few, I think maybe a McDonald's or a fast food restaurant or someplace like that that has an immediate need is for that. But that's one of the objections we hear all the time. Well, I have more people than I can stand right now, so why should I advertise, or why not? What I need to advertise? Well, 6 months from now, when it's cold and it's the winter's coming in, and the tourists are all back in their day-to-day routine and everything else, are you going to be able to sustain that business like you have it now?
Good point.
So advertising is down the road.
There's a saying about advertising, it's so appropriate for where we are, and advertising is like building sandcastles. You can't do it just once and expect it to last. And that's something sometimes people do not realize, clients. And to Jeff's point, you want to have some consistency. You're building now for the future as well as gaining results currently.
I read something, and I can't remember when it was a while ago, but it was talking about advertising, and I don't know if it was for a car, but it said really a lot of that advertising is just showing your customers that you're still there.
There is a big part of that.
Giving them confidence.
And also making sure that you match them with the proper programming. We're fortunate both of us have pro football. Jeff has some good college football along with JHG's Notre Dame. And we've got both have local news and a lot of other opportunities that are really there and matching with the client, and then being able to develop a scenario where they have an ongoing reminder. Out of sight, out of mind really is true.
But in that same thing, like David was saying, is everybody's not going to need an air conditioning company because the air conditioner is going to run.
Right.
But those nights that they wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they're dripping with sweat, they want to know an air conditioning company that comes top of mind, and that's what TV does. It's the only medium or advertising that you can use sight, sound, motion, and emotion.
Get it all.
And
okay.
you can get, and branding yourself. You want somebody to think, hey, top of mind, we're here, and it's branding yourself, and it's keeping your name out in front of a lot of people at the same time.
I find that it seems like there's a lot of the same commercials that I see.
Right.
But I'm sure that's intentional because it sticks in your head more.
It is. One of the numbers we look at when we put the plans together is a number called frequency. And we are looking at, I say usually 3 is the best because I compare it to inviting somebody to a party. The first time you say it, they're intrigued. The second time you're checking your calendar. The third time you're making a decision.
There you go.
And the thing about it is, we've grown up in these age where we have these marketing brand slogans and things. As a matter of fact, we're fixing to kick off a campaign here in the next month about branding yourself. But we have an outside company coming in to help us develop branding, or what they call jingles. They come in and do that. So how many jingles can you think about? I mean, some of the most famous is like McDonald's has 3 that you come to the top of mind. When they do the tall beef patties, special sauce,
lettuce, cheese,
and,
and
then I'm loving it's what they do now.
There you go.
And you deserve a break today. And then I love to teach the world to sing is
Coke.
something that Coke did.
Yeah.
So those are things that keep your product and your company's name top of mind.
Yeah. What to say and how to say it is really key, and that's
and
part
that's
of the
what you help
expertise we
with.
do.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and says, I'm a lawyer, I don't know any of this stuff, but can you help me do a jingle or do something that
Yes.
when people need this specific type of lawyer, they think of me?
Exactly, and we're fortunate we have an award-winning production team that
Yeah.
can help us with that. They've won Addy Awards locally for their work, so we've got great resources at Channel 7 and WECP.
Well, thank you for coming out here on this warm, sunny day.
Oh, it's always good to be on the beach,
Isn't it pretty?
I just wish we could go and enjoy the water.
I know.
My pleasure. Thank you, Amy.
All
Thank
right,
you for having
come
us.
back. We'll be back.